that was just played, which had a lot of familiar faces on it and was a lot of fun to listen to. So we'll start with our first performance for the evening.
Welcome, everybody, to another Thursday virtual jam. Our first performer tonight is Vinny Stefanelli. He's a music instructor and music media producer from Erie, Pennsylvania. He's going to be playing and singing some of his original songs and other cover tunes. He's the originator and director of Music for Veterans, a nonprofit organization designed to provide healing for veterans and assist them in reintegrating into civilian life through playing instruments. And I'm sure Vinny's going to talk a little bit about that in between his tunes tonight. Vinny's an old friend of mine. We've been knowing each other for about 35 years, and I'm happy that he agreed to come back. This is Vinny's second show on the virtual jam. So let's turn it over to Vinny Stefanelli from Erie, Pennsylvania.
Hello. Thanks for inviting me. I really appreciate it. I had a good time here last time, and I like what you're doing, and I appreciate the invitation. So I'm going to play a few different songs. I'm going to start off with an old song that I heard first time when I heard Blood, Sweat, and Tears do it's called God Bless the Child. Them that's got shall get, them that's not shall lose. So the Bible says, but it still is news. Oh, Mama may have, and Papa may have. God bless the child who's got his own, who's got his own. You know the strong give more while the weak ones fade. Empty pockets don't ever make the grade. No, Mama may have and Papa may have. God bless the child who's got his own, who's got his own. Oh, here we go. Money you've got, lots of friends coming round your door. But when the money's gone and all your spending ends, they won't be round anymore. Rich relations may give you crust of bread and such. You can help yourself, but don't take too much, no. Mama may have, and Papa may have. God bless the child who's got his own, who's got her own. Oh, do-da-da-da, do-da-da-da, who's got her own.
Very nice, Vinny.
Thank you. That is written, I couldn't find who that's written by. But I will. So I just wanted to take a minute to talk about what JD had mentioned. Yes, Music for Veterans. Back in 2011, we started the program because of the high number of suicides in the military in the veteran world. And so we thought it might be a good idea to offer something that's going to be beneficial for them, allow them to find a way to transition from the military to civilian life. It's a big change. And so we started that. It's a great mix of people in terms of military background. Some are in for 2 years, some are in for 30 years. We've got both men and women. We have all ages, from people who just recently got out of the service to people who were in the Korean era or Korean War. So we get together and play. It covers two things. One is building a personal relationship with the instrument and finding those moments where you can go and chill out when times get tough. And the other thing is a social aspect. The camaraderie of veterans is strong, much like the camaraderie of musicians. You maybe don't meet, or maybe you meet somebody who you've never known before. They happen to play an instrument, and all of a sudden you have a connection. Same thing with veterans. And for that reason, I'm going to try to play a patriotic tune. We really, really need one nowadays. But I'm going to change my tuning for this, so bear with me. While I'm doing this, I will tell you that my guitar tuning is different than a lot of people. I tune it straight fourth, so it's E, A, D, G, C, and F. That's for the guitarists out there who probably think I'm crazy right now. But it's interesting, makes things different. And occasionally I'll bring things down. This time I'm going to bring it down to a C.
Vinny, isn't that from the jazz days when you played a lot of jazz guitar and it simplified a lot of your jazz compositions?
It sure did. It made things a lot easier, and some of the chords, jazz chords, a lot easier to grab. It makes it difficult to play the simpler songs, or I should say the non-jazz songs, when I'm playing just three basic chords up here. It makes things crazy, but it does help. Let's try something here. Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of rain, oh, purple mountains, the majesty above the fruited plains, yeah. America, oh America, God shed his grace on thee, whoa, and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea. Ooh, oh, beautiful. Thank you.
All right.
I play that to bring us all back together again, and music does that, and so there it is. Let me see what else. I've been playing guitar since I was 7 years old. I started off. My dad brought my brother, sister, and I into a music store and said, "Pick out whatever instruments that you want." And I thought, "Oh man, first thing I see is a string bass." I'm about this tall, and the string bass is string bass size. And I just stared at it, couldn't keep my eyes off it. My dad said, "Move on." He wasn't going to buy me a string bass. I'd have to stand on a stool to play it. And so I couldn't figure out what to play, and he says, "Here," and he hands me a little accordion. I went, "Ooh, I don't know, but what the heck?" So I go home, start to play it, start taking lessons, and I'm taking lessons from an old Italian guy who every time you make a mistake, it just takes your ear and squeezes it just a little bit. And I thought to myself, "Oh man, I just can't get the hang of this. Just buttons everywhere." And So I went back to my dad and I said, Dad, I don't want to play accordion. I want to play another instrument. He goes, well, too late. You got an accordion, you have to stick with it, which in retrospect, probably good advice. But tough guy being that he was, he said, well, you don't play the accordion, you don't play anything. So took the accordion back, and I'd watch my brother play guitar. He had just started playing, and I'd watch everything he does, and I thought, oh, I'm going to try that. And he'd look at me and walk away from his guitar, and he'd say, don't touch that guitar. And I thought, I'm not going to touch your stupid guitar. So I'd wait for him to leave. He'd go out the door, and I'd pick up his stupid guitar and start playing everything that he played. So in a sense, he was teaching me without knowing it, which I don't know if I've ever told him that. I'll have to tell him sometime soon.
Was that Tony?
That was Tony, yes. And a fine guitarist he is. So since then, eventually I was able to go out and save my money, buy a guitar of my own. And 60 years later, here I am. Still trying to figure it out, by the way. Let me see. Let me try another song. Let's take the other side of the coin here. We talked about how beautiful America is. Let's try something else. I don't know if it's going to stay in tune. There it goes. So we're having some problems here. Hey, everyone has problems. This song is about some of those problems. Something happening here. What it is ain't exactly clear. There's a man with a gun over there telling me I got to beware. I think it's time we stop. Hey, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going around. Battle lines being drawn. Nobody's right if everybody's wrong. Young people speaking their minds, doing so much resistance from behind. This time we stop. Hey, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going round. What a field day for the heat. 1,000 people in the street, and singing songs and carrying signs, mostly saying hooray for our side. I think it's time we stop. Hey, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going round. Oh, oh. This is important here. Paranoia strikes deep. Into your life it will creep. It starts when you're always afraid. Step out of line, a man comes and it takes you away. You better stop. Hey, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going round. Oh, better stop. Hey, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going round. Whoa, whoa. You better stop.
Very nice.
Thank you. I think that's what it says. That is Stephen Stills. Had a way of not only probably reading a room, but also reading a country and reading people, and wrote some fantastic songs. Perhaps one of my favorite musicians ever, Stephen Stills. Can I get an amen?
I really like his tune called Treetop Flyer. I think it was called, was it Treetop Flyer? Was that the name of it?
Yes.
Oh, that's such a great tune.
And the tune is, I wish I could play it for you. now that you mention it. But the tune is essentially about some Vietnam veterans who came back, helicopter pilots, who couldn't find a gig. And so what they're doing is running materials here and there, back and forth. Stephen Stills says these guys would never traffic guns, but who knows what else they're trafficking. But you had to make a living after Vietnam. Let me try this one. I like to take old songs and just try them a little bit different than I've ever heard. Here we go. Willow, weep for me. Willow, weep for me. Bend your branches down along the ground and out to sea. Listen to my plea. Listen, willow, and weep for me. Gone my lover's dream, lovely summer dream. Gone and left me here to weep my tears into the stream. Sad as I can be, willow, weep for me. Whisper to the wind and say that love is sin, to leave my heart an-aching and waking me wrong. Murmur to the night and see the starry light, so some can find me sighing and crying all alone. Willow, weep for me. Willow, weep for me. Bend your branches down along the ground and cover me. When the shadows fall, willow, weep for me. 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 Willow.
Nice.
Thanks, Vinny.
Don't know
So
who wrote
Vinny,
that.
we were advertising you tonight on your fretless guitar, but I realize you're not going to do that now. Is there somewhere that people could go hear your fretless playing? Like you have some YouTube videos out there that people could check out?
I have to apologize. I have
Well, that's
not
fine.
put things on YouTube, but I have them on Facebook. You can find my Facebook page, Vinny Stefanelli, Erie, Pennsylvania. I've got about 4 or 5 songs there, but let me just pick that up for a second. As long as you mention, let me see if I have time. Oh, I got a couple minutes.
Okay.
Okay, my apology for the craziness, but here we go. I'm not sure if you could hear it very well.
Yeah, sounded
Yeah, thank you. That's great.
I just realized that I picked it up. I was the string popped here. The quick story about this is my father-in-law owned a music store. In fact, he was my boss for years before I married his daughter, Lori, my wife. Before he closed up the store, he retired and closed up the music store. He told all the grandkids, "Come pick out an instrument and you can play." So my daughter took this. And it's actually a little beautiful little guitar, but it's probably worth about, back then, maybe $70. And I thought, get something nicer, something that you'll have. She goes, I want this. So she gets this, a little smaller guitar, and she didn't play it ever, pretty much. And so one day I said, about a year after she had gotten it, I said, hey, can I borrow that guitar? And she goes, yeah. I said, can I do something to it? Can I change it? And she goes, yeah, go ahead. So I took the frets off. She never really noticed the guitar before. Comes home and goes, hey, what did you do to my guitar? You took the frets off. I said, yeah, sorry, dear. But it was the beginning of my playing fretless. So, and I thank her for that.
Well, thanks for picking that up for a minute or two. That's great.
Well, it's become my favorite instrument now. There's a lot of notes in between those frets, a lot of notes. If I'm not warmed up with it, it can sound not so fun. But once I warm up with it and I get the feel for it, it's really a great instrument. And I would suggest to any guitarist out there to grab an old guitar that you don't play much and pull the frets off. And all the guitar luthiers are probably thanking me because they're going to be coming back and saying, hey, would you put frets back on my guitar? Well, let me see. I'm going to try. I'm going to try an original tune, and I'm probably crazy for trying it, but I wrote it and recorded it, just a few months back, and I've really never tried to do it solo, but without all the recording and gadgets and whatever else. But I'm going to give it a try if you guys don't mind. Just don't tell me if you don't like it. Okay, so let me see. By the way, this sounds great on fretless guitar. No words, no, no words, no, no. Let me take you back in time when I went astray. Whoa. Just a story about a boy trying to find his way. Yeah. Born into life, sad, lonely, and blue. That was my world without you. But no words can say how much I love you. No words can show how much I really care. No words express my heart's desire to have you near me. Oh, 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 oh. Then came the day I went off so far from home. I found myself lost and all alone, all alone. Didn't know how to live, didn't know how to die. Didn't know the reason, who, what, where, why. Oh no. But no words can say how much I love you. No words can tell how much I really care. No words express my heart's desire to have you near me. Oh, no. Now I'm back going strong and I'm looking for you. Full of life, full of love, yes, I'm a fool for you. Been a long, long time, been a while what we've been through. Now I'm back, and I'm coming home to you. Yeah. No words can say how much I love you. No words can tell how much I really care. No words can express my heart's desire to have you near me. Oh, me. Oh. No words. No words. No words.
Yeah, like that.
Is that an original, Vinny?
It is, yes.
Beautiful.
Thanks, I appreciate it. It sounds a lot better with the band.
I liked it.
Thank you, I appreciate
Very
that.
mellow.
All right.
Well, I don't know where I stand with time, but
We could do one more if you'd like, Vinny.
let's see if I have something here. Oh, I have something here. Oh, I'm going to try to change my... Here I go. I'm going to change back to standard tuning. Bob Dylan. They say everything can be replaced. Every distance is not near. So I remember every face of every man who put me here. I see my light come shining from the west into the east. Any day now, anyway now, I shall be released. They say every man needs protection. Every man must fall. So I swear I see my reflection somewhere so high above the wall. I see my light come shining from the west into the east. Oh, any day now, anyway now, I shall be released. Yonder, standing in this lonely crowd, is a man who swears he's not to blame. All day long I hear him crying out loud, crying out that he's been framed. I see my light come shining from the west into the east. Oh, any day now, anyway now, I shall be released. I see my light come shining, oh, from the west into the east. Oh, any day now, anyway now, I shall be released.
Awesome. Thank you.
Bob Dylan.
That was great.
Thank you so much, old friend Vinny, for spending some time with us again. We really appreciate it.
Thank you, JD. Appreciate
And
it.
it's musicforveterans.org is the URL.
Yes, it is MUSIC, the number 4, veterans.org, Music for Veterans. If you're a veteran or in the military still, please contact us. Come online with us and play.